everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to start a reading Christmas vacation book vlog. To be clear, this will typically only be about book things, but I have a lot of days off, so I think I'm going to vlog the days leading up and through Christmas and then the days after Christmas as far as what I'm reading, because I'm really viewing this as a reading vacation. So yeah, but to start with, I am also trying to organize the shelves behind me in this room because they are still sort of not the way I want them to be, and there's a lot of stuff like this wrapping paper and all of this stuff that I don't want in this room, so I'm cleaning that out. I am going through a very thorough, not heartbreaking, none of this is heartbreaking, purge cull of the to be read shelves. I've gotten rid of 50 books. The first 20 were fine, and I kind of have been doing them slowly over the past couple of months, but then yesterday I came home from work and was just like, you know what, time to be cutthroat, and I got rid of 30 books. I truly did not think I would ever get rid of, that I would just hold on to them and never read them until I died, but they're going. A lot of them are lit fic bought previous to 2018, and a lot of short story collections. I think I need a hard reboot with short story collections, so I'm getting rid of a lot of them that I had. I think I've only kept about, well, there's still a few, there's still like 7 or 8, but the rest of them are all going. Most of what's on my shelves, so these two guys back there are my, mostly my TBR. All of my nonfiction is over there too. My nonfiction is also a mess right now. I just want all of those books, and most of them, like I was saying before I interrupted myself, were purchased in 2018, probably about 75%. I want to be truly excited about what's on those shelves. I want to use the library more, and so I don't want to feel bad about neglecting books that I don't even want to read anymore. So I got rid of everything, just everything I have no real true desire to read. Those books that you look at and you go, but one day, nope, no but one days, none of that. These are books that I want to pick up and read in this exact moment. Everything else is gone. Going to be donated to some local charities and or the library, just depending. And I'm not sure I'm done yet. We'll see if I need to get rid of more. There's a couple in there I'm still thinking about. So that's happening, and that's nice. And what else? What am I currently reading? Well, so glad you asked. You didn't. Oh well. Severance by Ling Ma is my sort of main focus book right now. This is, it's so funny because I chose this as my book of the month book in December when I didn't think I was going to choose one because it's December and I thought that the book selection would be bad or, not great. But I picked this up. This is sort of, what's a satire? It's post-apocalyptic. Well, it's pre and post-apocalyptic. It's about this sort of millennial 20-something who is working in book publishing and Bible publishing specifically. And then this fever breaks out and it turns people sort of into these non-violent zombie-like people. And so part of this book is like the flashbacks before of like her job and her life, and it's very much a satire on society and culture, particularly millennials, and it's written by a millennial. I'm assuming Ling Ma is millennial. Maybe she's not. I'm assuming she is. I don't know. And then there's like present day with she's joined up this survivalist group, and so it kind of goes back and forth. I'm about a third of the way through, a little over 100 pages. I think the interesting thing for me with this book is that it is very much, it brings to mind Zone 1 by Colson Whitehead so strongly. Like, there are some aspects of both of those books that are like the exact same, to where it almost feels like a competition. Like, I love Zone 1 so much. I know a lot of people struggle with it. It's a very cerebral, slow novel. It's slower even than this, and this is not fast-paced by any means. If you think this is like some like super exciting zombie novel, it's not that. And so I'm just always comparing the two, and because I love Zone 1 so much, I worry that this cannot possibly live up to that, and so it will always be like this kind of second-rate satire. We'll see. I still like it. I'm still enjoying it. That's not what I'm saying. But it's strange to read a book that's so similar to a book that I consider one of like my top 20 all-time faves to like. It's just hard for this book to live up to that. And I feel like that's like, instead of just me being able to escape into this story, I feel like its job now is to like defeat Colson Whitehead in some sort of like world championship of, you know, post-apocalyptic zombie satire. I don't know. It's just an interesting way to read books, since we don't read them in a vacuum. Yeah, so that's happening. And then I'm also listening on audio. I have Mad Ship, which is right over here. I might read some of the end of it in paperback. Oh, my voice is going, sorry. But I'm listening to it on audio. I have been listening to it on audio for like 6 months. And I am 5 hours from the end, which means about 2.5 hours of listening time. So that will be happening. And also, Black Sun Rising is the epic fantasy I'm reading on my like Kindle app, which is part of a new book club. I will link all the relevant information down there. I'm gonna try to be better about that whole thing, description stuff, and like, you know, list the books that I read and all that kind of are mentioned in the videos. So that's kind of a do better. See, look, this vlog is already, you know, almost 8 minutes. This is ridiculous. Whatever. Yeah. I'll be back later to talk more about things that will take up more time. So it's now Friday. It's been about 24 hours since my first welcome to the vlog update. Last night I ended up reading about 80 pages of Severance, and I've since today read about another 20, so I'm about 100 pages further into this. And I gotta say, I think the sort of middle section of this book has really kind of sped it up a good bit, and there was a long, like a 20-page chapter that focused on our main character, Candace, her parents, and their immigration experience, and their life and their death, that I think elevated this novel into something more than what it had been before. And so I am sort of all in on this one at this point. I think as long as it sort of finishes strongly, this could be a book that I talk about super favorably going into the end of the year. I don't know, we'll see. I also managed to read the second and final volume of this miniseries, Motor Girl by Terry Moore. This, you know, this is a big story to tell in 10 issues. I think there's even moments where maybe I would have preferred it to be more fleshed out. But at the same time, I think the way that the first volume sets up the reveals and sort of the revelations of this volume was done really, really well. It was obviously well planned out, you know, structure wise. This has a really great emotional payoff, and I think this is a phenomenal little 10 issue story arc, and I would recommend it if you like sort of weird but really sort of heartbreaking stories, and don't mind that there's like no color art. So yeah, and then that's what I've read. Oh, I listened to quite a bit of Mad Ship. Is that what it's called? The second book in the Live Ship Traders series by Robin Hobb. I only have 2 hours or so left of the audiobook. And of course, in true Robin Hobb fashion, everything is happening right here at the end. So I will definitely be finishing that soon, and then it will get me all hyped up to read the third and final book in the trilogy, and then I'll have to go 700 pages through that book of not much happening just to get to the final 200 pages of stuff happening, which is one of my biggest problems with Robin Hobb, and yet I continue on. The rest of today is going to be pretty relaxed. I keep looking, see when she wants to come back inside. Today's going to be relaxed. I'm going to do as much reading as I can possibly do before Jimmy gets home, and we'll probably go to dinner. We're gonna go see Mary Poppins Returns tonight. Just bought those tickets, so that's fun. And I'm going to be reading my comic. I think I might just read a comic every day for the rest of the year. I'm going to be reading Rogue and Gambit by Thompson. This is her like Rogue and Gambit miniseries. This is it. It's just a 5-issue sort of story. It's Marvel, obviously. It's Rogue and Gambit. Heard really good things. Thompson is probably my favorite comic writer at the moment. For a while now. I love everything she does, and she's about to start writing Captain Marvel. It's tempted me to read those in single issues. I am tempted. Well, we will see if that actually comes to, if that's something I decide to do. I'm going to hopefully finish the last 90 pages of Severance, like right now. And if I finish that, which that's probably all I will read if I'm being honest, but if I can get through that, I might start My Sister the Serial Killer, which is will be my first shortlisted tournament of books read, and I'm excited for it because I think it's going to be great and fun and different, and probably my most anticipated read off that short list. And I think I'll probably do a whole video on the short list because I have feelings. Anyway, I will talk to you guys when I have more to talk about. Hey everyone, so it's Sunday today. I did not update Saturday, sorry. I just got busy with things, but we did go see Mary Poppins Returns on Friday night, and we actually went to see Into the Spider-Verse on Saturday, and both were really great. And I want to just take a moment to urge you to see Into the Spider-Verse in particular, because if you are all interested in animation, I have never seen a movie more beautifully animated than Into the Spider-Verse. Like, even if you don't have any interest in like the Spider-Verse or, you know, Marvel or whatever, like that movie is so beautifully done, and it feels like a comic book on the screen. And I could watch it a million times just for like the scenery. Anyway, so we did that, and now it's about Sunday at, I don't know, 1:30, 2 p.m. I have a soup going in the crock pot. Jimmy just took Emmy to have a bath, and so I'm just gonna catch you up with everything I've been doing. I've been reading so much. I'm so proud of myself. I've really outread what I thought I would read, and I thought that what even I had planned was like a far-fetched idea, but here we are, and I'm just a reading machine at the moment. So yesterday, I actually, while I was playing a game on my phone, I spent all of that time finishing the audiobook of Mad Ship, The Mad Ship by Robin Hobb. This is the second in her Live Ship Traders series, and I actually really liked this book. I think it still suffers from, slowness and putting everything at the end, but I'm really intrigued to see how this story ends. The Vestrit women are just some of my favorite people on the planet. I am at least slightly more interested in the serpents now, but they still bother me. Anyway, so this was a really great last 200 pages. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to, I didn't expect to finish that this weekend for sure. This morning I finished Severance and really liked this. I still think Colson Whitehead Zone 1 is my favorite, but Ling Ma has done something here that is, I think, just really well done. Just what she's talking about, when she's discussing sort of the problems millennials have with office culture, the stuff she goes into about. I feel like one of the core themes of this is home, the idea of home and having a home and family being a part of that idea, and then like nostalgia and memory, all in this sort of satire zombie novel. And yeah, it's one of the best post-apocalyptic things I've read I recently, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who won't like this. I don't think it's a book for everyone, but Candace is a character I'll probably think about on and off for a while. So that gets the 4-star mark from me. I did read the Rogen Gambit Ring of Fire miniseries. This is just a 5-issue story in which Rogen Gambit, who are an on and off again romantic couple, they're having an off again moment. They're sent by Kitty to this paradise island where there's this like experimental therapy program happening, but mutants are like disappearing and something's happening that's fairly sinister. So Kitty sends Rogen Gambit to pretend to be a couple again, or like, to fake their way into these therapy sessions and to figure out what's going on. And it's really nice because like you have the plot of what's going on this island and saving the mutants, but you also have their like relationship at the core of this, and they discuss just the problems that they have with each other, the problems they've had with themselves, the things they're struggling to work through, which was all really nice to have that sort of human relationship as a background. And there's lots of kissing, so if that sounds like a thing that you would like, highly suggest it. So yeah, all of that I finished. That was pretty much my plan through today, and I woke up this morning with like all this extra reading time, so I got to start things that I had been planning on reading next week early. So I am currently reading On a Sunbeam by Tillie Walden. This is a huge chunky monkey graphic novel. This is kind of what the art looks like. This is, I'm about 150 pages in. I'm hoping to read the whole thing today. This is about our main character, Mia. There's 2 alternate timelines. One when she was like at this sort of elite school for girls and her relationship with a girl there. This is a queer story, so there are lots of queer characters. There are non-binary characters, so you're getting all of that here. And I think something's gonna happen, and then she ends up like 5 years later on this crew of women that go around fixing, I don't even know what to say. They're a restoration crew, and they travel to the deepest reaches of space, rebuilding beautiful broken structures to piece the past together. So you can see how like that's going to work thematically throughout the story too. I'm not sure where the story is going to go. I'm not sure what's happening. We're flashing back and forth between these 2 timelines. And I hope to have more to say about it. But I love the art. I'm enjoying the story so far. I'm loving the characters. This is sci-fi. It's fun. I've been on a lot of best of lists, so that's why I picked it up and wanted to get to it before the year is out. And then finally I started My Sister, the Serial Killer. This is interesting so far. It's a really fast read. I think it's also something I could finish today. I'm about 50 pages in. It's only 223 pages, and this book is tiny. I mean, for reference, my hand is not big. So this is like mass market paperback size hardcover. Yeah, so this is my first Tournament of Books shortlisted novel that I'm reading. It is about a girl whose sister has just murdered her third boyfriend, and her sister helps her clean up the scene and dump the body, and then now they're kind of just going through their lives. Like the non-serial killing sister is a nurse, and yeah, so we're just kind of you know, I don't know where this is gonna go. It's fun. It's a fast read. It takes place in Nigeria, so yeah, not much to say yet. Hope to have more. I think this day might be the ending of part 1 of the vlog, and so I hope to check in 1 or 2 more times and have more to say about the things I'm reading currently. But yeah, the reading mojo is like, it is here. I am embracing it. I am trying to get as much in before my brain breaks again or something, and I you know, go on another stretch of reading is hard, but right now I'm in the mood. Yeah, so I'll probably read off and on and put in some episodes of Schitt's Creek, which I'm in the middle of season 2, just to kind of break things up. Jimmy's going to the movies today. He's going to see Aquaman. I'm not going. I'm just going to stay home and read some more, do my cooking, and have a very relaxed, chill Sunday, with Christmas Eve being tomorrow and no work again until I have to go to work a week from tomorrow. I have to go New Year's Eve, which will be a dumb day. I just volunteered to be coverage on that day, so I'm just there. I'm probably going to clean my cube, and then I get New Year's Day off, and then a 3-day work week, which will probably also not be too heavy. So I'm looking forward these next couple of weeks to be really, really reading heavy. Yeah. So anyway, update. Okay, so it's Monday morning now. I didn't update any more today, but I did finish everything I said I was going to finish, and I'm going to leave my super detailed thoughts about them for the wrap up. I'm trying to be quiet because Jimmy's still asleep like right above me. It's Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas. But yeah, I finished On a Sunbeam by Tillie Walden. Thought it was really good. It's a fireplace. It was more like science fantasy than straight science fiction. For instance, there's spaceships or like giant fish. So, and it's a world that's entirely populated by women. Another cool thing. And then I also finished My Sister the Serial Killer. This was trope busting. It was a very interesting take on sort of like a crime thriller with some interesting twists and a very fun ending. So yeah, this is perfect for a readathon. But I'll get more into detailed thoughts in my December wrap up on those two. I'm going to continue on my Christmas binge reading, and this will be the end of the first part of the vlog. So Merry Christmas Eve to everyone.